Man, Rooster, it's got to be 5 o'clock somewhere. Arr, arr, arr. Hey, everybody. Welcome back.
Do you know, baby?
That show! Let's go! Today, it's all about save and continue.
Better hit the save button. Because it's going down. This level is difficult.
Your progress is gone. Gone. And you get to just thrash your console. Break your controller. It's all about the video games today.
Right.
It's all about the video games.
It's kind of depressing, man. As growing up as a video game fanatic, I just feel like they're not I mean, it's probably just human nature, but they need to give us more. We need more video games. I feel like these next-gen consoles are not all that they're hyped up to be.
They're not. They're not.
Yeah.
You know, like PS5 just coming out and saying they have to revamp the whole console.
They're going to... What do you mean revamp
They're revamping the whole console. Because they have production issues. They have system issues. Right? So they said they're going to go through and they're going to revamp the whole console. Now, me personally, if I just dropped $800 on a brand new console...
I'll be a little upset.
Somebody's getting a call.
I'll be a little upset.
Somebody's getting the earful. Because they hyped that console up...
Dude.
So big. So big.
It's supposed to be 40 times. 40 times better than any console ever released ever. It's absolutely fantastic, folks.
You know, Xbox and Microsoft aren't much better. I mean...
yeah, it's basically equivalent.
Right, and, you know, there's definitely a huge separation between the two play systems, right? Huge play systems. Like, I mean, we've talked about it in the past. Like, I don't think you even knew that you had to update your controller with Xbox.
Yeah, I still have never done that.
I mean, it's insane.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a thing. You had to update a firmware in this little device.
Right.
So, but it is Microsoft, right? So, who knows what the hell's going on back there? But yeah, when we were talking about it earlier, the games themselves over I wouldn't go as far as to say a decade, but over the last 4 or 5 years, seem like they're all the same quality. There are some that stand out over others, right? But there's a lot where it's like, this is just wash and repeat.
Right, exactly.
This is wash and repeat.
For real.
What are you buying for your money? And now most of the games, you can't even buy a disc for them. Right?
You have to do it digitally.
You have to do it digitally.
Which sucks, because I have all my games digitally, so if I'm not connected to the Wi-Fi, then I have no proof that I own the license to the game, so I cannot play it. So wherever I fucking take my Xbox, I have to use my hotspot, or I have to use whatever connected to the Wi-Fi, make sure I have enough strength for it to fucking connect. Which always annoys the shit out of me, but...
I mean...
They're taking away our freedom! Give us back our video games!
And this guy has no idea what the old NES systems and Commodore 64s and all that stuff really look like. So, the old Atari. Okay, let's get old.
Whoa. Let's blow the dust off the ancient textbooks.
But don't get me wrong, the enjoyment with it, and for me personally, you know, playing these games, they draw you in, and depending on the genre that you like and what you want to do, I mean, you can be totally immersed in these games. But the same platforms, the same engines, building the same games, and you know, they just change this or that up, they redress something. They put it in a new package, they charge you another $60 to $100 for a game. And then, you know, you get anywhere from, you know, a handful of hours to maybe up to 48 hours of real gameplay, and then you're done. You're done. And for somebody that doesn't spend an enormous amount of time playing, it's not a huge drawback for me, but you play a lot of games. Mm-hmm. And you really go through the ins and outs on a lot of these games.
Oh, yeah.
And
very much so.
And I can only imagine how frustrating that is, where you get so hyped on something, and then you look at, I got to have the best package I can get. I'm dropping $110 on the best package I can get for this game. And then you get it, and it gives you like total playable time of like 24 hours, and you're like,
right.
What?
Dude, that was Cyberpunk for me. But buying...
You actually bought that?
I did buy it.
What?
I played it for like 30 minutes.
What?
It was very unfortunate. I tried to get deeper and deeper into the story, but it was just glitching out so bad and everything. I was so mad. And the story wasn't even interesting. I felt like they just rushed through it. Is it more the quality of like the game engine and the graphics that you're disappointed by, or the actual storytelling and retelling of the like same gaming experience?
I think it's a combination of both, but I feel like these companies make so much money. They make so much money on these games, right? And I know that they have entire development teams that are behind them, and sometimes it takes 5 years for a game to actually hit market.
Oh, if not more. GTA 6 has already been on for 6 years. It's not coming out until 2025.
But the point is like you look at something like that, and you look at the time and the investment, and you go, why did this suck? Like, who is your testers in here?
Oh, God.
Did you have the skull for the blind in here doing this?
This is great.
The audio was just spot on, right? I mean,
oh my God.
I don't understand what you're doing. So, we've talked about, you're into VR. I'm not into VR. I'm pretty sure that would make my eyeballs melt.
It even hurts my eyeballs. I can't play it for too long, but I
feel like, when we were talking about Microsoft Mesh, and we did that episode, and we watched that trailer, and to me that's a perfect integration into gaming, right? Into a VR game system. Yeah. To me, that is the pinnacle, right? When you can actually be immersed visually and auditory, and just be completely in. The gloves aspect of it, I see these people in the moving platforms, and I mean that one crazy one where it's like a sphere and you're literally like latched into a harness. Like, what the fuck is that? Yeah. That's S&M shit. Like, who thinks that's a good idea? Right. This is a bad rendition of grabbing the GIMP out of the box.
The GIMP out of the box?
Oh yeah. What?
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 What is that?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
No. I'll have to educate
GIMP
you.
in a box?
Yes.
Don't know what that is.
No, Pulp Fiction?
Okay, I've seen Pulp Fiction, but I don't remember GIMP in a box.
Okay. Somebody's got to rewatch the movie here.
Okay. I was like, am I crazy?
Yes, you're
crazy. I was like, is GIMP in a box?
There's a GIMP in a box.
Okay.
Yeah. It's bad. It's really bad.
Okay.
It's really, really bad. One of Quentin Tarantino's finest movies.
Oh, yeah.
But I just feel like that's gonna be the crossover when you can totally immerse somebody in that field and not be stuck. I mean, don't get me wrong. These TVs are huge now. I've got a big TV. I'm rocking an Xbox. I like that type of stuff, right? Playing certain games, it's fun. But at the same time, there's a certain saturation level where it's like, it's just the same old thing.
Exactly.
It's the same old thing. And to find new content that really like draws you in, it's so hard to find.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. For me, it's not necessarily the graphics that I expect so much more out of. It's like the actual creative quality of the game and the story. And I mean, I understand it's hard to create new experiences when the fucking market is filled to the brim with the games, but
is it really filled with quality?
No.
That's the point, right? I know there's a lot of startups, and sometimes we're surprised by a startup. Like, it's their first game. They've worked 5+ years on building it. They get sponsored by a big name and by a big engine to power it, and then it releases and it just blows everybody away. Mm-hmm. And then they turn around and they build something else, and it just absolutely blows donkey. It just blows donkey dick. Like, look at Bethesda. Like, they've had so many great games, and they've had 2, like, huge, absolute fuck-offs.
Dumpster fires.
Like,
Fallout 76, and then what else are you thinking? What was the other dumpster fire?
Well, it's definitely Fallout 76, but who's the engine behind Cyberpunk? Isn't that Bethesda?
Nope, it's CD Projekt Red.
No, it is CD Projekt Red.
Which is out of Sweden, yeah. They made The Witcher 3, which is like my favorite game of all time.
Yeah,
Witcher 3 is amazing.
It is fun.
But
what was the other Bethesda? There was another Bethesda.
I forget. Obviously, they made like, Skyrim and a bunch of popular games, but
I don't know. It'll come to me.
Yeah.
But 76 was just. I mean.
I loved Fallout, so I really tried to
Fallout
play it.
4.
That's what I'm saying. And just the whole series I really loved. And I tried to play 76 for a while, but there's just no substance to the actual game itself. It feels so bland.
When I saw what was happening with the glitch, and it was like, no. And the same thing happened with Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Right? So...
But I feel like this all has to do with like the companies and the business behind creating a video game, because that's what all the developers at CD Projekt Red came out after Cyberpunk crashed in the beginning and like protested basically against the owners of the game for like rushing them and shoving them into these timelines and all this shit. So they didn't actually have the time to build a quality game.
I don't think that's accurate though.
You don't think that it's more business influenced that these games turn out to be like shit rather than fucking...
No, I mean look at EA, right? And Apex Legends, right? Multi-billion-dollar game gives two fucks about their players. Have the worst skill-based matching system on the planet. On the planet.
I hear him bitch about this every day at
on
work.
The planet.
So that's why I'm laughing so hard. Because this is an everyday struggle with that.
Because that is, I mean, I am not a high caliber player, right? I am not. And I am a casual player. I am somebody that enjoys that FPS aspect of that game. I go in, I can choose a character, I can go in, I can, hone in on their talents and do whatever. But then when you get dropped into guys that are literally giant sweat balls that are just in there and they're just racking kill after kill.
Right.
And these people are using this pay to win system by buying packs and skins.
That's EA though.
And I get that. But that is wrong. That is wrong.
That's why people hate fucking EA.
That is wrong. Because that honestly that is a great game. That is a great competitive game if they would change the way they match your game up. If they would just listen to that and listen to the fans, they would be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But no. They keep attracting the younger players that get a hold of mommy and daddy's credit cards and buy all the highest end stuff.
Right.
And then what do you know?
Timmy over here is beating you out.
Just beating you with a bar of soap and a sock.
Doesn't he?
Just
God.
Not leaving a bruise once. And all you're trying to do is chill and try and just do your thing. But no, some rabid little rabbit comes running up and totally ass rapes you because he can. And he's by himself.
Yeah.
Your entire team gets fucking wiped by some crackhead running around looking for a TV. What is going on?
It's outrageous, people. They gotta get it together.
But the hardware in these systems, they claim they would do these things. They would, they were going to set these precedents, do these, unreal things.
All the parts are supposed to be replaceable. I think that's what they're saying is it's supposed to be the last console generation.
I think that's what Xbox came out and said that and they've said it before, but I think that there's something else on the horizon for Microsoft and Xbox because they have definitely come out recently and said, look, we can't go any further with what we have.
Exactly, yeah.
So
the marketability and the technology just doesn't line up. You can't sell it to everybody because not everybody can afford it.
No. And it's unfortunate. I mean, look how much money people put into this,
Like you said, if I had spent $800 on a fucking PS4 or PS5 and then they were like, nah, we gotta rework it. We're gonna send out some new ones down the line. They're gonna be even better. It's like going to the store and buying an HD TV and you're walking out and you see a sign that says, brand new Ultra HD TV. You already fucked up.
It's horrible. It's horrible. It's bad.
The world we live in needs to be fixed, people.
Right.
Video games are on a decline.
It's bad. It's so bad. It's so bad.
But the next round's on you guys. We gotta go.
We gotta get out of here. See you on
Cheers.
the other side.
That does it for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to, that show.